Hello, everyone. This is Jerry Lee, the co-host of Allergy Talk. This is part 2 of episode 8, where we discuss different resources the college provides to its membership. If you have ideas of a future podcast, please let us know at allergytalk@acaai.org. All right, let's get started. So we're back again, and I'm joined by Dr. Stan Fineman, our co-host for Allergy Talk. Hey, Stan, thank you for coming by for this special episode.
Thanks for asking me. It's a pleasure.
So I think I would love to hear a little bit more about what the college offers to support our membership. And I know your particular focus has been practice management. So why don't you run us through what the college does to support our members in terms of practice management?
So I've been the chairman of the Practice Management Committee now for the last 4 years. And we've just made incredible strides in our offerings for our members. And we're just very proud of them. And we want to make sure members know about them so that they can use them. And we have on the web, we have a lot of resources people can go to. If you just go to the website for the college and sign in as a member, you can click on the practice management tools, and there's a whole a variety of things that we have available, going from business management, a variety of clinical tools, also coding and payment, and we have a variety of toolkits as well. And so we can talk about some of these individually, but just to give people an overview,
sure.
We do about 7 or 8 webinars a year on specific topics. This past year, we have webinars on marketing, revenue cycle management, which is critical for running an efficient practice. Of course, coding, E&M coding. We have immunotherapy coding essentials, 95165. The USP, since there have been new guidelines in extract mixing, we have a webinar on that. It was just published, very well attended. In fact, we're getting a lot of views on it now because it's endured on the website. You can watch it anytime. And as a college member, it's free. We're talking about, we have one on oral immunotherapy and a recent one on financial trends for the allergist. So you can compare your practice to other practices since we, as the college, partner with the medical management group, MGMA, and are able to compare some of our financial trends that people find very, very helpful to make sure that their practice is on track. So those are the webinars, and those are generally longer, we've gotten a lot of good feedback on those. But then if you want something a little bit quicker, we do have the toolkits. The toolkits are, you could do kind of on your own. We have toolkits about coding, about penicillin allergy. We have toolkits about marketing. In fact, somebody stopped me the other day in the hall and said, I really want to market my practice. What can I do? And I said, the college website, we've got some incredible resources, including some ads and pictures of things that you can just download and put in your own practice information. So as long as you're a member of the college, these resources are available to you, and please take advantage of it. One of the other things that we are very proud of is our office allergy office educational modules that office staff can be helpful for office staff. One of them is Allergy Office Essentials. Of course, we have another one on coding and billing. We have one on optimizing schedules, talking about allergy testing, and also about handling staff, just staff management. So these are all available to members, and when you go to the website, it's not hard to click in, and when you're a member, you can take it for free. Now, the interesting thing that somebody said was, one of our members said, well, my staff needs to take this. Mm-hmm. And he's right. They're right. But now, this next year, your staff can become a member, your administrative staff can become a member of the college for free.
Oh,
it's
wonderful.
a trial. Yeah,
Great.
It's a trial that the Board of Regents has offered now. So I really encourage you to Go, talk to your office staff, your administrator people, and make sure that they become a member for free for the next year. I don't know how long they're going to let this go, but we should take advantage of it now.
Sure.
And certainly we're going to do that in our practice so that our staff can go online and for free utilize all these resources.
So you get a lot of feedback from obviously many practicing allergists. What do you think are the top issues people come to you for help then?
So I think the top issues that people are concerned about, quite frankly, are making sure your revenue is optimized.
I see.
So the way you do that, of course, is making sure your coding and your billing is proper, and making sure, and part of that includes, are your procedures in place? Are you documenting properly?
Right.
And are you, setting up your codes properly? And then, one of the things we've focused on this past year is revenue cycle management. Are you collecting the money that you're billing for?
Right.
And unfortunately, sometimes that doesn't get done. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. So, you don't want to leave the money on the table. You want to make sure you go out there and get it. So,
is it because people aren't looking, or maybe have to have a fine-tooth comb to audit their own charges?
Well, you do need to audit your charges. You need to make sure that they're getting reimbursed. But the problem is, over the last few years, several third-party payers have put up hurdles or roadblocks and made it more challenging. So, for instance, in our practice, we submit a bill, and this happened really just not long ago, and they were denying them. Just flat out denying them. And we go and we talk to the third-party carrier, and they're saying, well, you need to document better. Okay, so we send in the documentation. Well, what about XYZ? Well, then we send them XYZ. So what the bottom line is, this is not easy for administrative staff to do, especially in a small allergy office that may not have a lot of staff.
Yes.
So at a certain point, you just get burned out.
Oh,
and so you may not, continue to approach that third-party carrier. So we have some tools in on our practice management website that can help practices with that. We even have prior authorization letters that are form letters that are, for all some of the fancy, the biologics
ready to go.
Ready to go. All you do, you push the button, you put the patient's name in, you have to put in your eosinophils, the total eosinophil number or the specific IgE number. I mean, you got to put in some information because that's what they want for.
That's amazing. We all do that, You can imagine how many hours people are spending doing that. That's fantastic.
Well, I mean, you still have to put in the information.
Yeah.
But a college realizes that, we're really here for the clinical allergist.
Right.
And so anything we can do as a college to help the clinical allergist in their practice, helping them taking care of their patients, that's what we do. So, I've been very excited to be part of this practice management effort that we've had for the last several years. One of the new things that we've heard was that sometimes people want to get more interaction, more information when they go to regional meetings.
Uh-huh.
So we all know that we go to regional meetings. I mean, many of us come to the national meeting, which is a great opportunity to interact and to learn. And here we have great offerings, including roundtables that we can, people come and they talk directly to some of the experts about things.
Fantastic.
But we are now doing a regional practice management offerings in conjunction with certain regional meetings. We were at Intermountain West this last year as a trial. We hope to set it up with some of the other regional meetings, like the Southeastern Allergy Meeting, maybe one of the ones in Florida. Some of the other areas, they're not completely set yet. Mm-hmm. But where the college provides experts on certain practice management topics, including coding, including some of the new USP. That's going to be a big one for allergists.
Yes.
So we're trying to do outreach to some of the regional programs for that too.
So that sounds like a big advantage of the annual meeting, to have that face-to-face interaction with experts.
Well, I certainly think it is. And the beauty of it is in the last couple of years, the college has changed the format. Instead of a didactic lecture to a roundtable. So the roundtables are basically set up, and I did several of them this past weekend, where you have about 10 to a dozen people, on your table for a 30-minute period. You have a specific topic. I spoke about things like marketing, and also I had one, in fact, about planning for retirement that they asked me to do, which interestingly I had several fellows come in.
You never get to start too early.
And you can never start too early, right? But some of the other topics included safeguarding your data, telehealth, benchmarking, financial benchmarking. We had sessions on, joining a practice versus starting your own practice. I mean, these are real nuts and bolts things that people really want to know.
Absolutely.
And so, to be able to offer that, I think it's very well worth it. And we've gotten some good feedback.
So it sounds like, between just keeping up to date, but also the nuts and bolts of your practice, the practicing allergist has a lot to get out of attending these national meetings, in addition to what's on the website.
Yeah, I mean, in other words, if you can't get to the meeting, we've got some terrific tools.
And with the online virtual meeting as well.
Yeah, that's another story. But from a practice management, standpoint, I really encourage our members to go to the website, click on practice management tools. Look at our toolkits, look at our resources that we can offer them for helping their practice, and become familiar with it. And now that your staff can be a member of the college for free for a year, they can do it too. Mm-hmm. So we're, as clinicians, we're always we have to keep up with the science. We read the journals. We try to keep up with all the latest scientific inquiry. But you got to be able to run your practice too.
Right.
So now, hopefully, your staff can get some of these resources, for no cost, since they're members of the college, and I think it hopefully should help you.
So what can the allergists look forward to upcoming? What are the things that the practice management committee do you think you'll be working on for 2020 and beyond?
So in 2020, we're going to continue our successes. We're going to continue with some webinars. We're going to continue with educational modules and toolkits. We have planned to partner with the MGMA for a survey, and we encourage you to talk to your staff about participating in the survey. We usually send out requests to complete the survey in the early part of the year, I think between January and March. So it's not an easy thing to do. It's relatively labor intensive, but the nice benefit, if your practice participates in the survey and provides information, you can get all the data that MGMA offers about the financial benchmarking.
Oh, that's wonderful.
As a college, we're limited. So when we present the information to our members, we can only present about a dozen or so points. We're not able to share all the information of the survey because we, through contractual arrangements.
Sure.
But if you, as a practice, submit data, then you get the benefit of the whole thing.
Wonderful.
So it's really is a benefit. But I think that I just encourage our members to look at the resources. It's been a terrific, it's a labor of love for me to be part of the Practice Management Committee. I've been chairman for the last really 4 years, and it's time for me to turn over the realm. And I am to Kevin McGrath, who now will be the chair, and Melinda Rathkoff, who's going to be co-chair, or sub under him. And so I encourage you to reach out to them if you have ideas or questions. The college can help.
Stan, thank you so much for telling us what the college can offer. I know we all are very concerned of making sure that we're as successful as possible and running a successful business. And I'm really glad the college is supporting their members in that regard.
Yeah, the college has always been here for members. So,
all right, thanks.
Glad to do it. Thanks for asking me.
The ACAAI is presenting this podcast for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice, nor intended to replace the judgment of a licensed physician. The college is not responsible for any claims related to procedures, professionals, products, or methods discussed in the podcast, and it does not approve or endorse any products, professionals, services, or methods that may be referenced. Today's speakers have the following disclosures. Dr. Fineman has been a speaker for AZ, BI, Shire, and has done research for Aimmune, DBV, Shire, and Regeneron. Dr. Lee has no relevant disclosures.